Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Clumsy Trucking Friday. How is everybody? Thank you for joining. Does the camera just look a bit different? Maybe that's just me. Well, we'll see. How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining. Couple of early birds today. I think Tom and Jay were pretty early. I was a bit late to my own room, but thank you for joining. Glad you guys can make it. Welcome back. Scotsman is always first in his books. Glad you made it, man. Bought any new DLCs? Train Sim DLCs to be specific. Hey, Freddy. Glad you made it again today. Awesome stuff. NL, how are you? Oh, I'm missing NL. Not just the viewer, but also the mod. How have you guys been? Yarbla, how are you? Done any Frankenstein trucks recently? Haven't bought anything. Is that you? Goodness. Well, what are we doing today? We are streaming ATS, going back to the US, in line with the advanced celebrations for our US friends' Independence Day, 4th of July. So advance happy Independence Day, guys. I think for some of you, well, if you're in the US, that's probably still 2nd of July there. So still 2 days to go, but close enough. So we do it what we can. Anyway, let me load up the game. I don't have any new major mods. I was scouring the forums. Nothing is significantly new from what I've seen. I think we are entering that lull, you know, that usual area we get to right before an update hits or right before a DLC gets released. It's like all the modders are holding their breath for the update and don't want to do any drastic releases because something will change in the base game soon enough. So they're just waiting. And when that comes in, everybody just goes and releases their update. So I think we are in that lull, that vacuum, that neutral zone, or however you want to call it. So for today, we're going to explore whatever we can with all the mods that we have. Sierra Nevada, interior, exterior reworks, all the sound mods, Project Next-Gen Photorealistic Experience, and we'll just explore the roads that we haven't yet. Yeah, but we'll see. Hey, Alex. Why, thanks. How are you? No crazy trucks, but you have a new monitor now. Oh, is that the 1080 144 Hz you were talking about? How is it? How's your graphics card coping with it? Lake Tahoe would be nice again. Hey, Juma. Hey, Patrick. Thank you guys for joining just in time. Here's our map. World background map scare of Benganjay. And we are currently in Tonopah. There's actually a silent trucking video releasing later with this truck that I'm going to drive today. We are going back to basics, Kenworth T680, but with interior and exterior reworks by AlexeyP. So it looks very sleek, it looks very high-res, looks very modern. And we're going to test the different automatic transmissions with the adaptive technologies, adaptive modes. So we're starting in Tonopah, making our way for now to, I think it's going to be a short drive to Fallon. And then hopefully we can find something that goes north, because I would want to explore the boundaries of Idaho and maybe even Colorado. So let me try and remember. This state right here is Idaho. Here is Wyoming. And this is Colorado. Did I get that right? And this is Texas. See, I'm learning a bit. Oh, for the Independence Day, was it? The advanced thing. I finally got it, Alex. Anything planned in there? Hey, Gabrielle, thank you for joining. Hey, Hipster. Sorry if I missed anyone. Trying to catch up. Things are so clear and the colors are amazing. Oh, I can definitely imagine. It's kind of similar when I made the jump from 1080 to 1440. It's like, wow, all this detail. The main thing for me though was my graphics card struggled a bit, but all in all still good. But yeah, it is maxing out a lot more now. Looks to be raining, but that's going to be the perfect time to explore Project Next-Gen weather with rain. I have noticed in Project Next-Gen Photorealistic that the raindrops are better than default. The drops themselves are smaller, and the water, you know how the water particles bounce off from the tires when the tires are moving. The splash, it's more natural and very subtle. So hopefully we get to see that today. World background mods, hipster. It should be in the mods list under maps section. I think I have it in ATS, but not so sure. Let's get the music going. So Tonopato Fallon for now. Dynamite, 13 tons. Everybody. Keep it steady. Glad to hear, Juma. Glad you made it to the stream. This is where all the magic happens. Not really. I'd like to think so. It's raining, so maybe keep that off. So with the T680 we currently have, I need to turn off my track IR so we can use the mouse and scroll better. So with inside the cab we have our friend Rex here. Pretty spacious cab at the back, even a microwave. We have some interior lighting. You can turn it on and off by using the beacon key. Default key is O, so that's an option as well. We have a fancy tablet for the truckers needs, like I guess fuel economy, driver logs and everything. I guess that's the new tachometer or something, right? Instead of logging things here, you can log things in the tablet. That's what I think. We are also using an automatic transmission, as I mentioned, with PACCAR engine. So everything is consistent, even the sticker on the glass and even the sticker outside here. If I show you guys, we should have a clean emissions. Oh, I can't see it because of the shine. Certified clean idle PACCAR. That sticker, including that IFTA, not sure what that is, probably has something to do with emissions. Those are from the interior exterior reworks as well. Yar Jack, how are you? How's it going? How's your stream? Sorry you couldn't drop by. Were you testing a lot of different mods or games? There we go, line 25. Thanks, Alex. I'm going to blow up this strip. Hopefully not. Let me know when you encounter severe frame drops. I did increase my graphics anti-aliasing in NVIDIA Profile Inspector. Tell more details as we go. Let me catch up with chat first. Let's maybe go around here. Pick what model year you want. Yeah, that would be great, huh? Different models. Unfortunately, SCS has confirmed that they are only interested in making current models. So I don't think that will come, but it would be nice. And a classic truck DLC would be amazing. I'm sure some people here would be very interested in that. The map mod, the world background maps, in that thread there is an ETS2 version as well as an ATS version. Just make sure you click the right download link. But yes, I have it for both. Make it that way. Oh, I think I won't make it through. I have to make it very, very sharp. And now I think I overdone it. Also, if you notice, the wheel is much more sensitive. By default, it revolves on an 1800 degrees instead of the typical 900. It's more realistic, but it won't be aligned if you are using a steering wheel with 900 degree steering. Let's not hit anything. It should be okay, I think. Yeah. There you go. Let's adjust that a little. I'll get back to chat in a bit. So I'm not sure if anyone is reading through the RoX forums. I've posted a couple of updates there in terms of Google Maps compatibility with the world background maps, regard to NVIDIA Profile Inspector and my frame rate problems. But yeah, I'll share it with the group here. Love that animated steering wheel and all the other bells and whistles included in this mod. Downloaded Explain. Hey Ross, welcome back. Yes, it's going to be very tricky. But glad you made the leap. It's an amazing time. I myself have been flying again recently. Went back to the Cessna, back to basics. And it's been amazing. Learning so much more now than before. I understand more of what's happening. Doesn't make me fly any better. Well, maybe marginally better, but at least it's something. Now, we do have an option of going through a different route, that one. So we can try and discover the gray roads. Hey, MMJ. Welcome, guys. Hey, Chris. Did I miss anybody? Thank you for joining, guys. So now I am using the economy adaptive transmission, I think. The economy mode. There you go. And before, there used to be a kickback feature where when you, if you look at the lower left in the overlay, if you step on the gas fully like so, it would like shift down so that you get higher revs, max revs. So you get that full power. I think they basically just disabled that in economy mode. I think that is quite realistic in some trucks. So I think by default, the economy mode does have a kickdown, right? Terminology is wrong. Kickdown feature. But I think many of the trucking companies purposely request to remove it so that their drivers don't get tempted to kick down too often, and they are forced to stay within the econo range, so to speak. So that's very nice that they did it this way. So even if I step on this fully, the most I do is one gear down, but it doesn't change so much the revs. So I'm liking it. I'm liking the change they did in 138. Classic trucks would be great. Yeah, new trucks are trash. Oh, are they? I'm sure Alex would agree with that. Yes, go ahead, post and explain, and we will try to post in Discord in Flight Sim channel, and we will try to help you out. Oh, Arianus, how are you, man? Glad you made it. No flight today? How has your schedule been? How are the flights going since the lockdown? Ah, one sec. There you go. Looks like I'm encountering that problem. There have been some reports on the adaptive transmission though, that sometimes it, instead of starting from like second gear or fourth gear, depending on what your load is, it starts on the highest gear, so you cannot move at all. And you might have seen that a while ago when we were in the intersection. My truck wouldn't move. We were in the 18th gear immediately, so I think I encountered it. But I just tapped on the brakes, tried to do it again, and yeah, that worked now. Hey Mod King, looks like you'd fit right in with your name. Welcome to the stream. How are you? The sound mod is from Kriechbaum. PACCAR engine included in his engine sound pack, and you hear a little bit of wind seeping in through some leak in the cab. That subtle wind sound is from Zeemod, and then I like it because if you open the window just a little, you hear the wind really rushing in through that small gap. And if you open it wider, that rush of wind going through a very small area disappears and you can hear the engine better. So it's very realistic. I really like it. Look on the glove box. It looks like they added the airbag warning. That sticker? Ah, might be. Doing good, man. Doing good. Thank you. I think we need to turn on our lights here. It's a bit dark. 45. There we go. Perfect. We had new blood welcoming party for guys from Academy who completed type rating today. Nice. That sounds very exciting for you guys, and I feel very bad for the newcomers. How brutal or how nice were you guys to them? What kind of initiation did you guys do? Oh my goodness, I remember my freshman days, so to speak. Initiation. Not in fraternities or anything, but just, initiation to I think there's anywhere you go when you're new, there's always some kind of initiation and it varies. Any stories from you guys about that? You can. Oh my goodness, I have plenty. I remember this one time when I was a freshman in college, in the university. Oh man, that's been ages, huh? Yeah, we had this welcoming party where we were asked to jump into the pool with all our clothes and with all our belongings. So that was like a requirement. So they would blindfold you and they would push you off the swimming pool, and you had to line up one by one. So like the suspense was the real killer because you had to prepare yourself mentally, and you would hear the others jumping and like screaming, water is so cold, things like that. So there was this suspense, and one by one we would line up, we would jump, and then getting closer and closer to the front of the queue, and then by the end of it someone would whisper to you, scream louder, something like that. But at the end of the day, it was a very elaborate prank, very smart. At the end of the day, no one really jumped, but you would think so. As you were blindfolded and lining up, you would think everyone was really jumping. But apparently what was happening is they would ask the guy in front or girl in front to scream because they got pushed, and then someone else would be jumping off, someone who is in really swimming attire. So you would hear the splash, and then it would be good. So you would assume, because you're blindfolded, basing only the audio cues, that it's really happening, and the suspense just keeps on building up. It was super smart. It was an enjoyable one. Not really brutal, but more of a very memorable experience. Good job on the seniors, or the seniors, for thinking up of that. Very suspenseful, but ultimately harmless initiation. Guys and girl. Nice to see that there is diversity in there. Yellow and black writing. Oh, the warning sign there. Is that the one? Way more road signs are added. It might be, but it also might be Sierra Nevada. I can't distinguish them anymore. Because I know the Tonopah area has been remade in Sierra Nevada, but I'm not sure how far that gets in scope. They have that where the yield was. Sierra Nevada, there you go. So let's try the kick down here. It does work very lightly, so you still stay in the economy range, but you do shift down. So it's a bit of a toned down kick down, which is something I like, because the kick down feature is what I really hated before. It doesn't really, like, it does not serve the purpose for me. Raul is a sign enthusiast. That's great to hear. So Eblem does the mapping, and then Raul points out does you know if he makes the signs himself or if it's he points them out and Eblem makes those signs for him? No problem, Enel. All stuttery and laggy, oh my goodness. If you can try one last thing, you can try and hit the options and turn off the low latency. Sometimes that's is problematic, even on my end. So maybe that will improve the picture. Hey Sonoma, glad you made it. Are you still stuck in the mud in SnowRunner? What have you been up to recently? Let's go on 7th here and let me maybe line up properly with the road. My goodness, deserts. Unending desert. Background map. Is it not working? Working through Russia. Ah, I see. Not too many tip overs. You're learning. Nice. Congrats. I love these very subtle bends on the road. Just enough to keep you awake, but nowhere near giving you a problem, a heart attack or anything like that. Nice area for a facelift. Oh my goodness, yes. I wanted to play more Satisfactory. I actually started a new game. I might play an offline game just to get used to it, and then we will continue where we left off in the next stream. I really like that game. Why is this guy so slow? So maybe I can tell a bit of story with the problem I had with frame rate. You might have seen that at one point, actually last stream, that was very apparent while we were in the Chihuahua area. I had so much stuttering and inconsistent frame rate. And then the weird thing was my GPU was not really maxing out. My GPU nor CPU was not maxing out, so it seemed like I had resources, but my frames were dropping. And I figured out finally, after trial and error, that it was because of my monitor setting. So my monitor is natively 144 Hz, but so I can lock it to 60 frames per second, I toned it down to 60 Hz, and then I have VSync and everything, and G-Sync. So I forced my monitor to 60 Hz. Apparently that is not a good thing to do, at least in my monitor, because it seriously degrades the capacity of the monitor. Like, I guess it has something to do with VSync. I'm not sure about details, but yeah, it's less flexible that way. So when I cannot hit 60 frames, it goes down immediately to 45 or something like that, even though it could maybe do 50 something. So it's like there's a bit of rounding off, and that's why we were seeing a lot of stutters last week. Well, since forever, because I've had this setting since forever. Then I finally got fed up with it. I tried to explore what was happening, and yeah, apparently that was the reason. So it was I still have that bug of suddenly switching skies. Wonder if that's from Project Next-Gen or from SCS really. Yeah, so now I am on 4x anti-aliasing, the highest normal setting, and we might get frame drops here and there, but it shouldn't be as extreme as the ones we were experiencing last week. So in short, we get better graphics and better performance. That's the idea. That's the theory. My goodness, this looks beautiful. And I'm not sure if it's apparent in the stream because you're only viewing it in 720 and a lower bitrate. but the quality of the image is so good. I hardly see any aliasing at all. Minimal jagged edges now. My goodness, that is beautiful. Super wide. Let's take that shot. Do a little bit of rule of thirds here. Has there been any word if Project Next-Gen ATS will include new textures? I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think so. I am following the Facebook page for Project Next-Gen. He has been teasing a couple of stuff, but they're mostly ETS 2. So I think ATS will only have weather. But I guess most of the textures will remain in ETS 2. For JBX, I'm not sure. There is an update that is in the works for 1.38, and I've heard rumors that it will include texture changes, but not sure if ETS2 in ATS or ETS2 only. I'm more hopeful there though, because one, I guess, is from Panama or somewhere in Latin America, and so I guess that's closer to US territories, and if he's doing something from Europe, for Europe, then I guess he might be doing something for US as well, as opposed to Damian from Project Next-Gen, who is, I guess, more focused in Europe because he is, I think, Polish, a Polish truck driver in real life. That's my assumption. My goodness, this looks so good. Is this still Sierra Nevada? I guess so. I haven't been through here before. So scenic. Walker Lake, turnout. Hey Falaverissimo from Brazil. Always watch your lives and videos on YouTube. Awesome stuff, man. Thank you for joining. Glad you made it to the stream today. What time is it there in Brazil? The rendering distance. No, the rendering distance is locked, unfortunately, but depending on your map, depending on it, there we have the same problem. So the map makers can mitigate that to a point. They have a trick where they group things together so that the farther objects are getting displayed ahead of time, something like that. So that effectively increases the render distance. But from a user point of view, we don't have any power over that. So it's mainly Emblem who makes this possible, or SCS, or whoever the map maker is. Yeah, but they have their limits. So there will still be these pop-ins and whatnot. There will be some texture changes. Nice. Hopefully for ATS as well. Welcome to the Clumsy family. I like the sound of that. Clumsy family rather than Clumsy gang. We are a family after all. Two-level guardrail. Well, this is still Team Reforma territory. So this is Sierra Nevada stuff. Although the assets they might have gotten from other DLCs. Sure thing. Yeah, we learn these bits and pieces as we get exposed to the trucking world. And I know nothing about map making, but that's what I heard at least. I think they developed that trick when Italia DLC came out. SCS did, and then the map modders picked up on that, and they have been starting to implement that ever since. Hey Dembe, 9:30 p.m. Nice. We'll have these guys in front of us forever. It's 8:30 there. Yeah, I think it's 8:30 for Eastern time zone. That's the time zone I'm more familiar with. Here in Maryland. Where is Maryland? I guess somewhere in the east, huh? What is the state of... Is that the state itself? I don't think so, huh? Anyway, Oh, still having that again. And it does look more apparent in 138. Maybe there is a bit of incompatibility with Project Next Gen. Although I did hear similar reports even in vanilla for those driving in 138. So might be still one of the bugs that they need to squish. It's above DC. Ah, I see. Yeah, that skybox change bug in vanilla. I remember we had that even during the days when we were still testing NL, Natural Lux. But that was, remember those flickering car shadows? And then you would get a huge slowdown and frame drop, and then suddenly the texture would change. It seems like maybe it's not exactly the same problem though, but yeah, it looks to be something to that effect. But at least we don't get the frame drops anymore, just the sudden switching. Yeah, same here. Change skybox abruptly, but no stuttering frame drops. So I think it's ultimately a different cause, if I were to assume anything. 230 in there, oh my goodness. Thank you for staying up, making it to the stream. I wouldn't have been able to survive that. Oh, there is a rest area right there, but I'm not sure if we can rest actually. 13 hours and we're almost there. Yeah, let's go and rest so at least we get some nice views. I mean, we're almost here. Yeah, you see that bug? I'm at 18th gear right now. And I'm not sure when it kicks in. Oh, there. When you're starting from brakes and you step too hard on the accelerator, it seems like it shifts up immediately. That's the bug. So you have to be very gentle on the gas, on the pedal. By the way, speaking of gears, didn't show you this one, but this is a perk of the interior exterior reworks. So that's the lighting, right? Oh, that's turned on right now. It's actually nice lighting. You probably wouldn't have that on normally, but it does look nice. But this one, when you switch from neutral, drive, neutral, reverse, you can hardly see it. I guess it's better later to show you. So you see the actual stick moving. Yeah, there seems to be a bug with the shifting. I think it has something to do with the low revs. There has been a change with the automatic transmission logic when it shifts and whatnot. And generally, I think it looks good. It works great. But yeah, I think there's still some kinks. Oh man, this looks good even at night, huh? Looks so real. And yes, this is definitely part of Sierra Nevada. Because I don't think this town even exists outside of Sierra Nevada mod. Have been using the Better Flares mod. Is that in the Steam Workshop? Changes the lights. Have you guys encountered that weird thing in 138, that pixelated headlights? I remember someone telling me about that problem they were having in one of the comments, and I noticed that same thing, and I've been reading that in the forums as well. The roads are so small. Looks like a very small town. Lifelong insomnia. You've learned to cope. Ah, I see. Maybe we can sleep here. Do we need some fuel? Not yet. Engine sound is not bad, huh? Actually like it. Revs up quite nicely even with windows closed. And it's not too loud, it sounds perfectly modern. Someone left their freezer open. Chiller, whatnot. Hey Demon Hunter, welcome back. How have you been? Doing good. Excited for the weekend. I finally got out of the house yesterday, guys. After like 3 months stuck at home, literally, I was able to go out. Not mainly by choice though. I had to go out because I had an appointment with the embassy. I had to renew my passport. Felt great, but felt weird at the same time. People were all wearing masks and staying away from each other, which was good for me, being an introvert and stuff. No pressure to have any discussions with anybody. But yeah, it was a bit... also not as many people outside as normal. I went out peak hours in the morning, around 8 a.m. And oh man, those are some nice looking skies. Clouds, rather. Yeah, it's not as crowded in the trains. Doing GTA 5. Nice. I've never played GTA 5. It's been on sale quite often and very affordable nowadays, but I've never played it. I don't have the hard drive space. Is it the same for you guys? Everyone wearing masks, keeping to themselves. I guess that's a prudent thing to do in these times. Special way of turning your switches on and off. Farm sim side panel. Farm sim side panel that's never used for farming, is it? That sounds good though. Thankfully, I don't have enough desk space anymore, so I'm not as tempted. But my goodness, I can only imagine how fun it is to have all those buttons at your disposal. GTA 5, yeah. I played the older GTAs, so I did have my time enjoying it, but nowadays I'm not so much into that anymore. I'd rather play Red Dead Redemption 2, which I heard is very good storytelling. I just don't have the hard drive space for it. So maybe in the future, maybe when I get my upgrade. Any new Nvidia news, guys? Also for my friends in the US, any plans for Saturday, 4th of July? I only knew about this holiday. Well, I got reminded of this holiday because our counterparts from the US should be testing something today, Friday for me. But yeah, they are on holiday. So did your government move the holiday from 4 to 3? Because otherwise that would be a Saturday, which would be pretty crappy. Having a holiday on a Saturday, most of the people will not get benefits. Too much cursing and racist terms, yikes. Yeah. Not for me, thank you. It's a bit complicated depending on what AI mods you may be using. Sorry, I missed that. It's not as straightforward as just applying it. You see the pixelated stuff from the headlight? It's not as obvious, I think, when you're far, but the closer you get, yeah, you see those? The edges of the light. I think when I go closer, yeah, you see those pixelations. So I think it's a bit more lower quality. And I saw someone in the forums complaining about that, and they have been there is, I think, a fix for it. You just have to modify some files, but I can't be bothered. I mean, it doesn't bother me that much, so I can live with it. I'll just wait for SCS to patch it up properly. You pick your preferred AI light color, then you add extra files depending on which AI you use. Yikes. I see. Because I guess it would have to be made compatible for each one of those. So there is a separate file for each one of those packs. That makes sense. Doesn't make our lives any easier, but I do understand why it's needed. Traffic signal file. So it changes the lights from the traffic. I think Project Next-Gen changes some flares, but that might only be in ATS 2. I hope to go on a trip to the north next time here. Going to Oregon, maybe. Or even Washington. Going through to the edges of the map. Oh my goodness, I think I'll hit the right side here. Maybe we can force it. Yeah, just a bit. I used to play those kinds of games, but nowadays not so much anymore. I hardly have time for it. Because I would, instead of playing those games, I would rather make videos for you. So that has gone down quite a bit. So oftentimes I would leave the story part in the series, the movies that I watch with Mrs. Clumsy. It's an older mod. It's abandoned and picked up by another modder and updated. And these mountains in front look so good, weren't they? They don't look like the typical mountains you see, so I'm guessing that's care of Emblem again. Team Reforma stuff. LED traffic signals. Let me turn off the music in here. There we go, that's better. The complex. Let's see what jobs we have. We have plenty. Let's go and check the... That goes to Mexico. That's a bit too far. One goes to Portland. Is there something that goes to Ontario here? I would want to stay on the edge of the states here, the east of Oregon and Washington, to check what possible connections we have with Idaho. Let's see. Vancouver, Washington, Ontario. Perfect. Exactly. That's the one. Yes. Let's do that. That's a bit... okay. I have to go out. Find where that is. Varies the AI flare colors and styles a bit for a bit of a twist, huh? That sounds promising. I'll go and check it out, thanks. It's a nice engine sound. So yeah, the truck itself, nothing fancy in it, but I do like the simplicity. But what I like better is the interior here. Oh yeah, you can see it from here now. See the stick moving? Well, you see the screen moving more. I have a hard time looking down with the track IR. I think it loses a bit of the with the camera positioning and stuff. It gets confused when I look down. Anyway. Let's go. Just don't hit anything, thank you. So no plans for Saturday for me and Mrs. Clumsy. We might go out now that I've gone out of the house once. Doesn't look as scary, so maybe we can go out a bit, just a little. Maybe have breakfast or something. We'll see. If you don't get lazy, that is. South of the border, eating in SC. What is SC? Southern Carolina. South Carolina. There you go. You had Canada. Oh, yes, belated. Happy Canada Day. How was it? I saw some of my friends who immigrated to Canada celebrating that. What do you usually do during Canada Day? I'm guessing that's a holiday, right? Is that like a time when family gathers, like Thanksgiving, like Christmas? Or because for me, I'm trying to remember, in the Philippines we also have Independence Day, that's June 22. In Singapore we have National Day, that's August 9. And there are some like events in Singapore. There's like the air show, there's like a parade, stuff like that. Everyone's in red. A. Is that a Canadian A? Of course I will not be able to mimic it, but you get the point. Same as 4th of July here. They have parades, cookouts, cooked burgers. Sounds good. Sounds good. Happy 4th of July. It rained. A party pooper. Went out to your parents' place and played outdoor ping pong in a rainstorm. So how did that work? Wouldn't the ball all be... How do you say? The trajectory would be very different. It's constantly being rained upon. It's a very interesting car. I'm not sure I've seen that before. Oh, rip. Just a little bit of a hump there. Very interesting looking aisle or curb. Thank you. No parades this year as things are still shut down for the most part. Yes, that's very true. That would not be safe. How are things looking in the US? I think as a whole the numbers don't look very good. Still a lot of new cases. I think, did you reach like 40,000 or something? But I think it largely depends per location, right? Like in Alex's area, I doubt that's the case. Yeah, it's a bit wonky, this economy mode. Too high gear. Hopefully they fix that, but not sure how to isolate that behavior. Instead of Tim Hortons, you go to Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme. Ah, donuts. It's been a while since I've had donuts. Went well. Ping pong is 2 balls, 4 players. Wow. No net and keep it on the table. Ah, interesting rules. My kind of ping pong is the one where you have cups. And shoot the ball into the cup so the other party will drink. Is that different? I didn't get to play that much anymore. I think during the time when beer pong became a thing, I was past the drinking stage, at least the drinking in a party stage. Might get a few frame drops here and there in this scene. Looks a bit busy. It didn't feel as exciting going out though. When I went out, it's like just any normal day. Don't know why. Apparently I didn't look forward to it so much. But maybe it's because I had to do something going out and not just because I was going out for a leisurely stroll or something. That might have made a difference. And Mrs. Clumsy wasn't with me, so it wasn't as fun. Let her know I told you that. So I get plus points. But yeah, it didn't feel as exciting, but it was great being able to at least go out. Even if I had to have a mask on the entire time. But the mask wasn't too bad. I mean, the first time you wear it, it's first few minutes, it feels weird. It hurts the ears. But after a few more minutes, you kind of even forget that it's there. It's going to be tricky. We'll try. Little bit of blindside reversing in here. Not good. Mask cakes get overheated. We actually got some new masks. The government is very nice in that regard. We don't have to buy masks on our own. They provided everybody a mask initially when this entire thing began a couple of months ago. They gave us like 4 or 5 disposable masks each. And then after some time, they gave a notice again, and this time they were giving out reusable masks. So this is like this is the one I currently use. Black cloth that is reusable, washable. Very fashionable, but not very comfortable. And then recently they announced again, and we were able to get some masks, reusable still. I think you can wash it up to 30 times, but they say these are more breathable. Yeah, it looks more high quality, it's more heavy duty, but looks more comfortable as well, and it's free. And the government gave 2 for each person. It's actually very high tech. I'm impressed. You know how it is with the vending machines? They actually released vending machines all across the country with those masks. And then what you have to do is to just scan your identification card, your ID. We call it IC here. So that they would scan the barcode and would link the mask with the person who took the mask, so you can't get multiple ones. And then you have it already. So it's like just getting something out of the vending machine. Very high tech, very practical. Nice. Hey Thor, how have you been? Where have you been driving recently? Adds real companies to the Chevy vans in the game. Ah, interesting. You have to point out to me which ones are those. Which are the Chevy vans? Okay, that's exactly the route I wanted to take. It looks like we'll be passing by a Kenworth dealer past Winnemucca. Have I been through here before? I don't think so. So this might still be new. We'll see. Ah, the FedEx vans. I see. Yes. Do you have any mod? The main thing that I don't like right now is the Chevron. I really hate seeing the Chevrons, because you know exactly what they are, but they've never been. Well, they have been changed before by an older mod. But the mod I have now doesn't change them. I think this is Grimes' Real Company's mod. It changes the logos to Chevron, but the actual banner, like the roof of the gas station with the banner, it still says Chevron there. Woohoo! Got your truck license working with trailer license now. Nice! Congrats, man! Awesome stuff. How did it feel? Have you driven for real after getting your license? Good morning, V. Welcome back. Hope you're feeling better. It's 3 a.m. now. Yikes. Indeed. Ordered a portable room cooler. Cools any small room down to 65 degrees. Ooh. Interesting. I guess we would need one of those. I think I know what you are referring to. I think there have been a couple of those products in the market here as well. I've never tried it though. I wonder how it compares to an air conditioner in terms of cooling capacity or cooling capability and the electricity it consumes. You need a trailer license still, so you read a lot. I see. Nice. One huge part done. One more to go. Congrats, man. After P16's demise, not sure another mod changes the fuel stations. Yeah. If only Shumi was into ATS, huh? Shumi did a great job. I would even say perfect job with the Real Companies mod for ETS 2. That's the one I'm using. I think it replaces all the companies now, including the gas stations. My most hated Echo gas station in France got replaced by an elf. New roads, hey Caso. I guess semi-new. But this is Sierra Nevada map. Not part of 1.38, I don't think. How are you doing, Caso? How is it over there? I have had no news in Italy. I'm hoping Italy is doing a lot better. Man, those skies. That sky looks beautiful. Just wispy clouds. Let's take a photo here. Different power modes. Oh yeah, not yet. Yes, let's try it. I've only tried economy. That's the one we're driving with right now. That makes the most sense given our load. But I would want to try out the other ones as well. Too wide. Super wide field of view. Kinda looks nice. Not as scenic though. Maybe from this side would be better. Oh yeah, that looks better. Just the clouds and the truck. Alright. Thanks for dropping by, Thor, and congrats again. Catch you next time, man. Finish playing CSGO. Nice. You know, I don't think I've played CSGO. Yeah, I think I've only played the... Not sure until which version of Counter-Strike that was. Way back. Wispy. Hey Rohan, how are you? Still playing Red Dead? I want to see if they constantly over-rev. They don't over-rev in economy, but they do shift too high at times. It's a bit weird. And we've encountered that a couple of times already. UPS truck was sticking way out, yeah. Not very good parking on his end. Like that. See, we're in 16th gear, starting from 0. Have to let go of the gas so it adjusts and then go. Mack truck on AI. Yes. PUBG win. I think you got the wrong channel. Sure thing, Freddy. In the last part. Nice. Are you doing like side stories as well, or are you focusing mainly on the main storyline? I'm not familiar what different ranks are, unfortunately, in CSGO. I didn't even know there was a ranking system. We finished all side story missions. Wow, that good, huh? Well, when I eventually upgrade, maybe I can get into it too. Told you it was rubbish. think I will too, but might make the channel suffer. No more videos coming out, too busy playing. We'll see, we'll have to find the balancing act. No worries, V. Hope they are okay. Maybe 75,000 side missions. And your horse. Did you manage to find the fastest horse that Cheng was talking about, Rohan? 75. You abandoned because they make you sleepy. Yeah. It's not for everybody. Sometimes you're in the mood for something a bit more adrenaline pumping. I can understand that. One of the cats can't eat without being in pain. Yikes. Yeah, hoping they get better soon. Good luck. You might do it in the epilogue. Awesome. Looks like we still have that problem with the super fast moving skies. I'm not sure if that's directly proportional with the time moving so fast. I'm not so sure. Yeah, look at how fast the sky is moving. Looks like fast forward. It's even stuttering every now and then. Not really sure where that problem is coming from, but I remember that in the Mexico maps. I think that's a known bug, and I'm not sure if they've managed to find the cause and fix for it. Can't unsee it. It looks weird now. Earlier it was not. There are just times that it's weird. Hey Hud, glad you made it, man. How are you feeling? You're feeling better. Oh, look at that truck stop. Very nice. Now that truck stop really looks like a truck stop, huh? Before it just looked like an empty parking lot. I think that's one of the changes they added in 1.38. Finished Hitman Absolution. Wow, playing lots of games, huh? Busy. Congrats. We are somewhere in Nevada. North of Fallon. I think this is still Team Reforma area. Oh, the clouds slowed down now. Yeah, looks like it's still Sierra Nevada. The ramps are properly taken care of. What the heck is this truck doing? This guy keeps blocking me. Time zone thing. I don't want to disable it. I hope they find a fix for it. I can live with it. It's not anything game breaking. It just looks weird at times when it does happen. I remember they were discussing that before. Looks like they haven't found a fix for it yet. We are going north to Oregon, trying to go to the edge of the state in the east so we can hopefully find some evidence of Idaho. I haven't explored those areas yet. If the cloud issue comes back, we can try turning off the time zone just to see if it will fix it. Might change the skybox completely though, so probably not. Oh yes, I remember, speaking of skybox. One disadvantage I noticed in JBX, so remember I'm using JBX Graphics 2 in ATS 2. One thing I noticed was it doesn't seem to follow the proper day and night cycles for different regions in the world. And I say this because I went to Norway, way up north, not the northern part, not the most northern part, but way up north, and I did not get any longer daytimes. Like the sunset, the sunrise was still the same, and at some point I got pretty black skies, which I didn't expect during summer. So that might be an improvement area. I do remember there was a note in JBX asking to turn off the time zone parameter when enabling it, so it's part of the instructions, but I don't want to get rid of my time zones, so I just live with it. But yeah, I doubt it will have anything to do with it. We'll see what the next version comes up with. Your trucks are beautiful. Frankenstein trucks, more like. Interesting car dealer. Yeah, if I were to guess, it should come out either next week or the week after next, no later. At least that's my expectation, my fearless forecast. Early access video, thanks. I'm not sure if they will give me early access this time though. I might have lost their trust because I keep bashing their anti-aliasing or lack thereof. No, but I like in general the direction. So many goodies, so many freebies. But of course, there's always room for improvement. So we'll see if I get early access to it. My name on their naughty list. Oh no, it's not going to be good. How am I doing? Doing great. Feeling much better. Things have started to settle down at work. Not as hectic anymore. Finally get some breathing space. Also, a lot of my colleagues are on vacation because I think it's summertime. So yeah, not as many calls, not as hectic at work, so I can breathe a little. Plus, I finally was able to align on a vacation. I think I mentioned this last time. So I'll be out on the week of 13th of July. Out at work, but I will probably still be streaming. We'll see how it goes. And I'll probably still be making videos. I'm just out on my full-time work during that week. Because I was burning out at some point. It's getting too much, so you really need a vacation every now and then. No matter how great the thing you're doing is, you need to change it up every now and then so you don't get burned out. Before end of July, yes, I wouldn't place it after end of July. Depends which summer. Probably check summer. I didn't. What's up with him? Is it a him? That's good to hear. Yeah. Things becoming more manageable. There's the Kenworth dealer. Oi! Did you discover it? Why didn't it appear? That's weird. And also there seems to be a change here, so maybe this point it's already the SES default? I'm not so sure though. Don't quote me on that. Your summer ended anyway. What season is it now in India? What season do we have? I guess we could call it technically rainy season. It has rained a couple of times more often than the previous weeks and months. Had a bit more difficulty drying my clothes. Took them a lot longer. Alright, no problem, Hod. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being here. Always appreciate it when you can make it. Catch you next time. Have a great day and have an awesome weekend. Catch you soon. By the way, I went out of the house. I told the guys that, but you might not have been here yet. I'll tell more stories next time. Beautiful. Is the sky moving fast or is it just me? It is. Okay, let's try it. Save here in case I screw things up. Gameplay and time zone. Full info disable. Did it work? Not so sure. I think it's still moving fast. Not as fast as before. Yeah, I'll keep it off. Also, I'm noticing something I don't like. I thought this was fixed already, but maybe it's not correct to expect that. Maybe it's not a bug. Maybe that's really how it is. Because I notice we are driving at 70 miles per hour and I'm on 17th gear, 1500 RPM. I would have expected it to go up to like 18th gear so that we are at lower revs, but I'm not sure. Not sure if that goes with the logic. He was a popular WoW player who died like a few hours ago. Goodness. How? Sad news. Yikes. Condolences to the family. That's very hard. Rainy season in India as well. I see. Slow down before a cop catches us. There you go. Oh my goodness, mental health issues. That's always a troublesome thing. So if anyone here is experiencing something similar, I'm not an expert on it, but I would advise talking to someone. It does help. Being able to pour something out. I mean, even on my own, I do get these tendencies to become sad. I'm not sure if you would call it depressed, because that might be a more extreme case, but I do feel that, especially during the lockdown. But thankfully I have Mrs. Clumsy. You know, we can like share the pain, share the burden. And even though the situation itself doesn't improve, at least the outlook can. And I remember there are actually hotlines like that already, right? You can call somewhere and they would help you. That's a good thing. These kinds of things are popping up. I actually got targeted ads with that at one point. Maybe they detected based on my demographics. Maybe they've been tracing my location. I haven't been going out, so they put that targeted ad for sharing, calling the hotline. So so they can help you step down from the I'm not sure what the expression is, but you get what I mean. Hey Azo, welcome back, man. How have you been? Wondertastic. Goodness, that's a new word. It's been quite interesting recently. I mentioned in the beginning of the stream that we are in this kind of lull, which is a good and bad thing. Bad thing because I mean, when we're in the lull, there are new things to try out, and for sure there are new mods that are coming out, but not as significant as when it normally is. So not as many things to try. But it's a good thing because normally that happens right before a major release, right before a major update or DLC. So we can really feel that something is cooking and something is taking shape and something will be released very soon. That is the overall impression. Hopefully that's true. We will see. Yeah, the past few days I have been going through the forums. I have been refreshing the 1.38 beta discussions, both ATS 2 and ATS, and not many updates there. So a couple of bugs here and there, but more or less stable already. So I think we are getting to a position where we can be... Oh, come on, really? Perfect timing. Is that guy stopping as well? No, he's turning left. Where's the way station? Of course, I forgot to look. I think it's on the right. Yeah, Wind Sound Mod by Zeemod. Quite nice. Way station troll. Perfect timing by the guy. It's like they had a discussion. The game called you out. Well, it was still 65 miles. The truck in front of us was driving slow, to be more accurate. Thank you for following and welcome to the channel, guys. Feel free to join us in chat and join us in the shenanigans. Pulling in the way station almost every 10 minutes. What does the mod do? Turns off the way stations completely? I'm tempted. Actually, I'm more tempted to bring back, and maybe it doesn't work anymore, although with Fmod. I miss the LG washing machine sounds when you're asked to pop by the way station. At least you have some nice music, nice tone in there instead of just the beep. And although Drive Safety does a wonderful job at toning down the beep, I remember there was a time when the beep was too loud and I absolutely hated it. It's still a beep, so it's realistic, but it's not fun. I really like that LG washing machine sound. You don't see any icons. I still see mine. I think it's a twitchy problem. Someone stole your icons. There you go. Nice. I might have some news. I'm not so sure if I can share it yet though, so it's going to be a bit of a cliffhanger. Something is coming up. There might be a new game that's coming out. A game that some of us have been looking forward to. I think that's the most I can do. And I think there will be an event for it. And I might be included in that event. So we will see. Keeping my fingers crossed. But if I get confirmation that I can share information about this, I will for sure let you guys know first in Discord. But it's good to see that the developers are continuing their work despite the entire world situation. Have you guys seen this post that's been coming out? It's sad news, like all these big companies getting bankrupt and stuff. My goodness, the impact this pandemic has on the economy. We can keep a secret. I wish I could tell it, but I actually asked them if I can share it, but they haven't replied to me yet. So I'm not sure. I think it's better to be on the safe side. Draft 2 Bob's Revenge. Sounds like a good guess. Flight Sim 2020. No clue. No, I'm probably not big enough to be contacted personally by the Flight Sim team. Not even big enough to be given the throttle quadrant. The new Thrustmaster Airbus side stick and the throttle. Welcome back, Tom. Speaking of dinner, they must have seen your landings. Oh yes, that's the one, for sure. Stay away. Our side sticks will just get blamed for his clumsiness. Very bad marketing. Goodness. Being clumsy has its downsides, huh? Hey, Ninja Squirrel. Am I looking at it? You mean the side stick? No. If I was given it for free, I would, but I wouldn't purchase it separately, even though I would like the detent on the throttle. I mean, the HOTAS works well enough. I don't need that much accuracy, especially because I fly mostly autopilot anyway. I mostly hand fly only the first few minutes. And I started using the yoke again, at least for the Cessna. It feels very good now. I kept blaming the yoke for its inaccuracy, but I think ultimately it's the pilot that was doing the bad thing. Because if I really concentrate and I really do my best at trimming the plane and stuff, I can do an acceptable job. Hey, thanks for the bits, man. Appreciate it. I missed someone. Ah. Hey, Miles. How are you? Thanks for joining. Hey, stop. That was not a very safe bend. Normally we would see the warning signs there. Recommended speeds for turning. I think that was missed. Is this a rest area? Should we sleep? Oi. 1 sec, I didn't know this was a thing. I expected to see a little bit of Idaho, but I didn't expect to actually be in it. I thought the people who were exploring the new areas of Idaho were just teleporting. This has been there before. Maybe I crossed through here before and I just forgot, huh? Nice. Well, that's a good teaser. Let's go and take a photo of that. Does look like a nice windy road. Included a bit with Washington. Oh, that's nice. Why did oh, I really did stop. Okay. Makes sense. Idaho State law. Okay. No, apparently, as the people have said, this part has been here before. Didn't know it either. Ooh, it's one of those circular farm thingies. Cool stuff. Let's take a photo here. This looks like a gigantic bridge. The only way to get into Ontario from the south. Ah, I see. I see. Well, good thing we have you guys who know more about the place than I do and can remember more stuff. Alright, let's take a photo. That one looks good, and I do want to take a shot of that circular farm thing. What do they call these farms again? It's irrigation things. I can work with that. UFO landing site, that's the one. Yeah. Signs. Wasn't that the movie? Where they had those signs in their fields. Crop circle. There you go. That sounds a lot more professional. So if I look at the map, we are technically... yeah, that makes sense. That is the border. So wait a minute. So it looks like the map is a bit... Because Ontario technically is still in Oregon, right? But basing on this one, it seems like it's in Idaho already. Maybe a bit offset to the right, like this one. Spokane should be a little bit more on the left, maybe. Yeah. Looks like we have a similar problem in ATS. Oh my goodness, here we go again. No, I don't want to enter that debate. Let's just leave it as it is. Please no. Which game do I enjoy more, ATS or ATS2? Oh my goodness, it's a very hard question to answer. It depends on what's currently in there. I usually like driving where there are updates, so I tend to switch to and from. I like always trying to keep it new. So when something has no updates, I tend to go to the other one which has more. But if, for example, you wouldn't get any updates on either, where would I be spending my time on? I'm not so sure. That's a hard one. I would probably still split it 50-50 depending on my mood. Because right now, before I remember my answer would have been ATS2. Now it's a bit more even because ATS has been getting all these amazing DLCs and mods throughout the years, and it has grown to that point where it is actually getting a match already in what it has to offer. So now it's when before it was probably like 70-30 or 60-40 in favor of ETS2. Now it's 50-50. So ATS is really stepping it up. And ATS2 is no pushover, but I mean, we're getting more content in ATS, I think. 2 DLCs versus 1 in ATS2. Welcome back, Clumsy. How was Amsterdam? What the heck? Amazing merging logic from the AI. Run, it's Rohan! It's Mr. Train. It's Mr. RDR2. We weren't trucking. Well, there are trains in Amsterdam, right? Mr. Morgan. Is that the protagonist? They're back in Oregon. Is there a protagonist? Is that the protagonist in RDR2? NL subtle icons works in 1.38, sorta. In what way does it work and doesn't work? That's a nice lettering. It is. Waits for Crapfeco to jump out. I don't think I've gotten that issue recently. I'm not sure if I've had that ever, but I'm sure I haven't had that issue recently. What mod did you have and where were you? Looked so weird. Goodness. There are no barriers for you for some reason, but the other icons are there. Ah, I see. Yeah. I kind of miss it. But right now I don't have anything against the default icons at the moment. It is nice to see them again for a change, although they can get a bit too much out there, too much of an immersion breaker. But they are very helpful when parking. The blinking lines help a ton. Zips traffic density. I also have it in ATS 2, but I don't get that problem. I think I get that problem, but from afar. Like the truck spawns in a very weird angle, but it doesn't smack right in my face spawn up. Still leaving it in. Super Iveco mod. I think that's the one. You use a sewer mod. Ah yes, I've used that before. Quite nice, but depending on the map mod, it can be a bit frustrating because the sewer plate would be underground and it would be hidden from view. So if you have a lot of map mods, there's more chance of that happening. Ninja Veco, that's the one. I think that AI had the debugging mode enabled. FreeCam did an F9 right in front of you. For all the times we did it to them, they're paying us back. Right now I don't have any traffic mods though. I mean in terms of density. But it still seems quite nice, the amount of cars on the road. I think they improved it quite a bit. So after we deliver this, let's go and try to explore the area. Maybe try and go to the borders, see if we can cross somewhere. Because I don't have NL, it's going to be a bit more difficult because the barriers will really be barriers. In NL, those barriers were more visual. They couldn't really block you. So we'll have to do a little bit of teleporting ourselves this time. You have had trucks flying overhead 200 feet up a few times. What mods do you have on? My goodness. So if that's the line, let's see. Zip strikes again. I haven't had that issue in a while. I've had weird spawning issues, like you would see this truck in the middle of the road on a very awkward angle, or a car spawning facing you instead of away from you. But they were not spawning that close yet. I guess it depends on the map you have and where the spawn points are. Not even sure how this works, if there are like spawn points or if the game determines it based on your distance. It's very ugly. Too many problems. I have a bit of a love-hate with the traffic mods. Right now for ETS 2 I kept it in because it's not causing too much negative impact for me. But yeah, it did have a bit of weirdness in there for some time. Yikes. Can we do it? I think we can do it. Stop. Let's go out and look. Yeah, I guess we can. That works. Ah, yeah, you're right. He did mention that in the forums. He is pretty active in the forums, Sipinho, and he mentioned that there are quite a number of changes required for 138 to make the traffic density mods work, because SES changed a couple of different parameters and stuff. Sips added events. Oh, I didn't even know he had that. I thought the only ones I'm familiar with from him are the main traffic density mod and the AI sounds. The AI sounds I'm not so much a fan of. They're too loud in my opinion. Kind of overthrow everything else. But the traffic density I like generally. Trying to read your name. Hey, Hacky. Is that Hacky? Or am I just not seeing it correctly? Welcome to the stream. The flying truck events. I see. I'm with you now. So where do you think the border would be? It looks like it should be here, right? Yeah, it should be there. But first, let's go and sleep. And refuel. Stick that way. I have a bad feeling about this. Hey bot, welcome back. How have you been? Or have you been trucking recently? Scale graphics works in this game in ATS 2. What do you mean, Azo? Not sure I got the question. Mexico. Good choice. Fingers and buttons. You guys ready? What the scale percent works. How the scale percent works. Yeah, in the graphic settings it is I don't know the technical details. The guys here might be able to explain better, but it basically like renders the picture in a higher resolution. Like for example, you're at 1080. If you put 200%, it renders that at twice the amount of pixels, and then it makes that smaller. So as a result, you get a better looking picture, but at a very expensive cost. So in short, it improves the graphics, but it causes a lot of it can cause a lot of frame drops depending on your rig. Now I do have a video in my channel which explains this a bit better, helps guide you how to tweak it. I don't give you the answers because the answers will depend on your rig, how powerful your system is, so everyone's settings will vary. But that video explains a bit on how you can tweak that for yourself. So if you Google or if you search in YouTube Clumsy graphics, maybe that's the one that comes out first. Clumsy realistic graphics. That should work like that, I think. Nightbot is stuttering. Great America map mod. I tried it before. I haven't tried it since then. Should add Idaho and other parts, I think Wyoming. But since Idaho is coming out, I am trying to stay away from it for now. Shemron, that's my hated part there. Maybe I should change that myself if I can find the texture at least. Unless it's part of a 3D model, which is going to be harder. Thanks a lot, Azo. Thanks a lot, Alex. 152 is pretty good. Yeah, I got an email from the mod author telling me about the updates. I haven't had time to check it yet though. But yeah, I'll probably stay away from map mods for now. Especially because I'm in 138 and Idaho is peaking out. I guess I would say almost there. Enjoy, no problem. I wonder where... Is it me or is it this truck super dirty? I guess that comes from a mod. Interesting. Great to hear, Jay. What did you do? I guess someone forgot to clean. I think it was Rohan. Too much playing, not enough cleaning. We need that washer from Farm Sim. Am I going through the right way here? Can't remember. We'll see. Yes, okay, that's good enough. Don't let Rohan see it, I know, right? Yeah, it's interesting, right? How SCS is starting to tease Colorado when Idaho hasn't come out yet. Do you think it's possible they release both at the same time? I have my doubts, but who knows, we might get lucky. Where the heck is the exit? Maybe let's just do a U-turn here. There you go. There. See what? Nothing. No, nothing. It's for your own good that you don't see it, believe me. What trigger you? A dirty horse. Pancake and steak. Oh my goodness, that makes me hungry. Did I just go through a different route? Yes, I did. Okay, let's just follow it then. We'll get there eventually. No! Sure thing, good luck. Hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And feel free to join us in chat. Not too economical. I was wondering about that. I picked the most economical transmission, but doesn't seem like it, huh? It's weird. $39 and $44. Goodness. How come? What am I doing wrong? most probably not. You'll have to play around what the best setting is, but your graphics card has a limit. So you'll have to play along with those limits. Take it to the edge. Yeah, you'll have to sacrifice one aspect or another. Or you can download some RAM. Is that still a thing? Download some RAM. I remember I got a comment. I'm not sure if they were being sarcastic. I had the feeling they were serious though. I think they were asking how to download a graphics card or something like this. Not sure how to answer them. But, yeah, maybe I should have pointed them to a store or something. Very nice scenery. It's nice as well, these lulls, these periods when we don't have so many new mods, so we can try and catch up with everything that's been happening and just enjoy what we're driving through. Too many times I get too busy with just trying out the next new thing that I don't have enough time to enjoy and, you know, like really stay with something long. Like if there's a new truck, new sounds, always tend to hop to the next new thing for the channel. So it's kind of nice in a different aspect seeing it this way. Getting a chance to explore and enjoy what we have in front of us. I'm going to try this. I doubt it will work. Let's approach it very slowly. Platform 9 3/4. Yeah. Nope. No bueno. There you go. Hey da. No, different guy. Yeah, the guy who was saying I was negative though, we say we reconciled. Yeah, we just had different opinions, but he appreciates the channel and I think he was just looking for a really positive vibe because things were tough in his life, and at that time I was not the most positive guy because I was weighing in on the new things in a more fair manner. So not exactly what he was looking for at that time, but I think we have aligned and settled with that difference. The guy, or I'm not sure if it's a guy or a girl actually, the person who was who reported me to Eddie Stobart though, I'm not sure if they've come back to the channel. Has everyone watched that video where I told some stories? Constructive comments or interesting comments was the name of that video. We actually got one person who reported me to Eddie Stobart, apparently, the real company, asking them to take my license away because I'm a reckless driver and everything. And I had the impression that they were serious, so yeah, it's interesting what you find in the interwebs. Doing good, cannot wait for the weekend. Wanting some downtime. You got a haircut today, nice. How was it? You have what they call it, a race on Sunday, right? Is that on Sunday? Good luck, stay safe. There are actually plenty of roads here now, considering that this is not a mapped area. Look at that, let's go and explore. What is this? Idaho Center Boulevard. I was in the local news. Oh no. Who is this clumsy individual? Barrier again there. Oh, I wonder if there is an invisible... Looks like there are some floating signs here. Definitely work in progress stuff. Yes, Azo, you can. Right now though, I don't think there's MLAA anymore, because that video was a bit older version. You have SMAA. But the main purpose of increasing the scale is to reduce the anti-aliasing, which SMAA also helps with. So you could technically increase the scale by removing the SMAA, but the effect might not be positive. You might be like plus minus in the end, not getting anything out of it. So I would keep the SMAA. I guess I could go here. Charity bike on Sunday, there you go. Enjoy, man. For a cause. Warhawk Museum. Ah, so many barriers, that's no fun. Yikes. My bad. What's that sign say? Looks quite intriguing. Boise is complete in the beta. Which area should it be? Mega sale. Oh my goodness. Didn't know there was a regional airport here. What the heck is that runway? Cleared for takeoff, runway Zulu. Interesting. How about this one? 2 runway Zulus. Oh, that's gonna get confusing. Okay. Flight Sim 2020. Interesting stuff. Remove your hooded mirrors, Azo. If you have hooded mirrors, if you're in ATS, remove them. They hurt the FPS a lot. They used the highway texture for the runway. Oh, did they? Good catch. Oh yeah, you're right. 2 lines instead of 1. Lots of floating signs still. Nice to see street names though. 16 Avenue North. Wow, what town is this anyway? Why are there so many planes? Oh my goodness, that looks so good. Are we in Flight Sim? Yeah, the skies in Project Next-Gen are really astounding. I love the cloud formations he came up with in there. Nice photos. This is Nampa, looks like. And looks like we have entered Scotsman's territory. There you go. Just west of Boise. Oh. West of Boise. So Boise is somewhere here maybe, huh? Can fly. We can try. We can maybe follow the train tracks. Well, I would like to drive there, so we can see. Maybe there are some signs. I like this underpass. West is this way actually. So we need to find the highway that goes there. Unfortunately, I think everything ends... Well, east rather. I should say east. So I think I should continue on the highway. Yes. Let's go back. Nampa and Boise are basically connected. Ah, interesting. Have you ever been in real life, Alex? Maybe a bit far from where you are. Oops, sorry. I always find it interesting how each part of the US is so different. And for an outsider, you just basically say US and it's like just one thing, but in reality it's so diverse. Eagle Island State Park. Let's go and zoom out here so we get a bit of like a compass feel. There you go, we're headed east. I do like the signs, state roads and whatnot. Let's get back on the highway if we can. How though? Ah, I should have gone there. Okay, let's make a U-turn here. Nobody. Spill the beans. There's no one here anyway. Floating signs. Maybe they're going to release some new textures, some new models for lampposts, and those aren't in yet. $35 miles here. Looks good. Ow! My bad. Airlines for those trains. New magic floating signs, yes, exactly. Apparently that's a thing in Idaho. Hey, Heroic. Doing good, man. Trying to explore Idaho. Even though it's not out yet, so we kind of had to teleport around. How are you doing? Broadway Avenue. I think that will delay the development because they have to fix a few of the posts again. Idaho City. Didn't know there was an Idaho City. Am I still going the right way, guys? Wow, but this highway system is actually pretty comprehensive for something that is blocked. It's invisible, but it's quite vast already, huh? So much has been modeled in the beta. Oi! My bad. Yeah, some bugs here and there, but that's expected, like that one. I do like the signs. Do like the signs. Very nice. And I am all over the place. Oh, finally, it's ending. Okay. Floating roads now too. Interesting. You guys notice that more? With 138 you hear those beeps more often. I'm not sure where they're coming from. Idaho City is here. Fast food. Not much in here yet. Looks like there's a new dealer. No, it's not a new dealer. I don't know. The pickup point. Ooh, what is this? Actually have a company in here. Interesting. Ah, no jobs. I thought you would find something. Those signs are like that. Trains? Isn't this the train in New Mexico? I think I've seen these before. Can't remember exactly where. Nice though. Ooh, nice. What is this? Stadium. We are in Boise now, looks like. Let's go and exit. See if we can actually get into this city on our own without just relying on teleporting. Broadway Avenue. City Center, Boise University. Ah. Let me go back a little. So much has been done already. That's the end. Field there should be bright blue. Ah. That guy. Interesting. Ah, bridge shot. With a little bit of view. I like this. Nice looking intersection, but we don't have a traffic light yet. I think we've had these in, where was it? In Utah? Hey Bri, good evening. We are exploring bits and pieces of Idaho here. Whatever we can find whatever we can get our hands on. It's not much, but something at least. Washington. Ah, maybe Washington. Yes, could be. One of those funky interchanges. Doing good. Alright, let's explore the city. Right, here we are. It's a bit laggy here. Maybe still some optimization work. Let's take a photo here. Oh, it's too bad I can't see it so much. But yeah, that can work. That should work. Still no traffic lights here. Looks like they are going with new traffic lights. New traffic lights and posts. Yeah, Idaho is looking good. Very nice teaser. West Boise Avenue, is that the west? The W? Very nice stadium looking thing. So the walls here must be bright blue. I guess that's a very famous building then, huh? No, this is Kriechbaum sounds. Pretty nice, huh? Engine sound pack 3.1, I believe. More water. More tequila needed. One sec. Ah, the field inside should be blue. Let's have a look. That's what you were thinking, yeah. It's too much to hope for SCS having these nice sounds. At least not yet. Hopefully, eventually. But I'm sure if they manage this level of sounds, they will announce it. I don't think they will sneak that in. Because if they do manage this level, they deserve all the praise. Alright, let's go and where should we go? Why is this truck never moving? This guy just decided to park in the middle of the road. Why not? Here we go. Dun dun dun. Is that the one? Does that work? Blue enough? His pop trailer is sinking into the ground. Oh, you're right. Does he maybe need a nudge? The field isn't finished. I think he needs a bit of a nudge. Snow runner style. My technique actually doesn't work here. Yes, Jack, you need to get on this truck. Need to fix it. Fix it. Hey, Frisky Panda. Ooh, look, it actually got fixed. Did it? Kind of. Not really. Almost there, but not quite. How are you, Frisky Panda? Hopefully not as frisky feeling. Yeah. And we're just helping out this guy. Move along. This guy is heavy. I know, right? Reminds you so much of SnowRunner. Let's help this guy out. Need a bull bar for this. Or a shovel. Goodness. Well, I guess just stay there. They're just picking on the poor guy. Look how much traffic he's causing. Alright, we'll leave you be. doing good, man. Glad you could join. It's good to hear that. River. Oh, it's a bit cut though, but the railings and the overall feel looks very nice, doesn't it? Can actually take a photo from this side as well, getting more of the stadium and the bridge. One sec. Let's get a nice photo right here, maybe. Because here the landscape is still cut, but here it's mostly formed. Oh yeah, that looks nice. I think we have our thumbnail shot here. You can see the stadium at the back actually. Maybe a little wider field of view. That should do it. Perfect. Awesome. Alright, Bri. Have a good night. Thanks for dropping by. Needs a tow truck. Yeah, maybe later when we get back he doesn't have the problem anymore. What is that? Oh, it's one of those checkpoint things. Now we need to have the camera, the cutscenes shown, and then when you drive over these icons it should have a little cutscene for us. A little teaser. Stop and turn off your engine to activate the viewpoint. That's a nice mechanic. There you go. The city of Boise. Cool. Well, not quite there yet. Oh, that's nice. A little tour. I like this aspect. And that's actually pretty good. And this gives more credit to the map makers so that all the little details can be noticed, because when you're just driving through them, you hardly notice these things. Nice, I like that. That's a very welcome thought, very welcome new gameplay feature. And you probably will only do that once, but that's kind of nice. Yeah, I like this. Would have been nice if there was a bit more text, right? Oh my goodness, this guy. He is in a hurry, looks like. Well, look where your rush takes you now. You're coming with me. Forced U-turn. Red signal? What signal? Yeah, sneaky traffic lights. When is the update coming out? Yeah, that's the big question right there. No one knows, but hopefully within the next 1 or 2 weeks. My fault. His fault for not adjusting for me. I'm the bigger guy. And in the faster than 65 thing, if you are doing World of Trucks contracts, then you have a speed limit for the job. You cannot go any faster than 65. But if you are not, if you're doing a freight market or a quick job or a cargo market, but not an external contract, then you can go past 65. Just checking if there's such a thing in ATS. Because in ATS too, there is the truck limit. I don't think that it's here in ATS. So yeah, you just don't do an external contract. Don't do a World of Trucks job. And you can go faster. No, you don't need to be a 25. As long as your engine can handle it, as long as your truck is powerful enough, you should be able to go past. ATS truck limiter 2. Ah, did it? Does it? I missed it then. Make sure to turn that off if it's there. There is a speed limiter in ATS. Oh, I didn't see it. Maybe they removed it. One sec. Maybe let's read that properly. Speed limit, speed warning. Route advisor speed warning. Why don't I have that checked? Heavy cargo. Ah, there you go. Yes, indeed. Truck speed limiter. Make sure that is unticked. There you go. I'm going to get a ticket here again for sure. Or maybe not. I like this junction. Very nice and sleek. I like how Idaho is looking like. Looks very busy. There's lots of things waiting for us. Looks like I'm headed the wrong way though. I should have actually headed the opposite direction. So we'll try and make a U-turn. Might not be the most legal thing to do, but we'll see. And we'll see if we can go back to the charted territories. Ooh, looks like someone's on final. Is he landing on that airport that we just saw? Maybe. Cool. That was a nice tour. And quite ironic, after I mentioned the cherishing and enjoying whatever we have at the moment, started exploring a new area. Old habits die hard. Good thing this junction at least isn't barricaded. Oh, sneaky red signal again. Hey Hud, glad you made it. Welcome back. How was your class? We just explored a bit of Boise, the hidden city, for now. If you look at the map, we are currently still in Idaho. Well, maybe. Can't see anything in the map at least. But yeah, there is quite a bit of road network done already for something that has not yet been released. It's quite promising. I wonder how it will work though. For those who don't have all the map DLCs, how does it work? I guess you just get some kind of barricade, some kind of no entry in one of the highways when you reach the edge. Something like what we saw in Idaho, in the start of Idaho there. Maybe that's how it will look like. But maybe this entire part here you can still jump over and teleport into. At least that's what I would expect. We are floating in space, exactly. Space does look quite inviting, huh? Oh no. Oh no. Where's this going? Should we go through there or here? Warhawk Museum. I think this is where we explored first. College of Western Idaho to the right. Well, let's go and explore while we're here. Let's go and check out the college. Floating signals, floating one-way sign. Looks like right turn on red doesn't work. Ah, so that's how it is. That's how you go to the highway. Alright, thanks for dropping by, Hud. Enjoy, that's a nice one. I like that guy. He looks so happy. Shemron for Shemron. Of course, all the traffic light problems. I wonder if you can go over here if I'm lucky. No, they're smarter than that. They put invisible walls all over. Actually, a road there as well. Near that factory. Hey Edwin, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Good to hear. I am doing good as well. Cannot wait for the weekend. Hey ads. Yeah, I'm not sure either, Alex. Is that Spanish? Oh, this is very nice scenery. Bit heavy on the frames though, for some reason, but I guess there might be some hidden objects in there still. It's a very nice looking farm. Very different vibe, not the usual oh crap. Looks like we have reached a dead end. I think it's time to go back to the the normal roads. We might pull master Iveco. There we are, here we are. Okay, good. Yes. Here we go. Back on the road. Finally. So, can we still do a job? Maybe we can do a short job. Just trace our way north. If possible. Let's have a look. In terms of the road, we can probably remove that first and foremost, and then yeah, we can make our way through here to Pendleton if there's something going there. We'll do as far as we can. Of course there's nothing, but there we can do something, I think. Yeah, that one, why not? We probably won't finish anyway, but we'll go as far as we can. Colorado would be nice, huh? But we'll have to fly over there, over here. Oh, looks like there's a snippet that remained. Not everything was invisible. Durango? Is that right? I thought that was in Mexico. I guess you have that in Colorado as well. Interesting. You guys want to do more flying or more driving? Because I don't think we can drive so much here, but we can explore it. There is a Durango, Colorado too. I see. More flying. Sounds good. How about the others? You were apparently there and didn't know it. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Was there a mod that had Durango in there? Maybe I discovered it in Coast to Coast? Probably. I remember driving through Colorado in Coast to Coast, if I remember correctly. Yeah, probably. Okay, let's go and fly there. We just park it up so we're not hanging out somewhere. There is a garage here. Oh, there's actually a sign that goes to Boise. Nice. 84. Is that where we were? Oh yeah, that's the one here. Going through there. That's the one that was blocked. Let's see if Colorado is much less refined, much less present versus what we've seen in Idaho. Installing DAF mods. It's Google Maps. Google Maps night mode by Sinagrit Baba. That should be in the mods list. If you are using that with the world background maps though, it's a bit more tricky. So you'll need to download a separate color add-on. I think Sinagrit already fixed that. Oh, I actually own this already. Interesting. So you'll have to put the Google Maps night mode below, the world background maps above, and then the color add-on on the top. The color add-on is in Sinagrit Baba's site, sinagritbabaworkshop.com, I think. Something like that. Okay, I think we can stop here. Don't need to refuel. Right, let's go flying. Where should we start? There you go. Thanks, Alex. Jackpot? No, should be somewhere here. Maybe let's explore Durango. Let's go to Durango, see if we can even go there. Since the city is present now. Go to Durango. It is there. No, this is different Durango. This is Mexico Durango. Whoops. So I'm not sure what they named it, or if Mexico will need to rename their city. Because there might be a problem. Farmington is closest. I've been playing no game. Farmington. That sounds like a pretty good game. Okay, let me maybe go closer to the keyboard here so it's easier. There you go. That should be more convenient for flying. Scooch over a bit. Alright. Map is there. Yeah, that weird beeping sound. Don't know where it's coming from. Fine. Right, Farmington. Let's go and look for a highway. Something that probably goes that way. I would expect this highway right here. Maybe this one. Wait a minute. Maybe. I'll try. Doing nothing simulator. Oh my goodness, no. Party pooper. Ooh, interesting. Have these tennis courts, playgrounds and whatnot. Couple of mountains. I guess it just helps if we fly over. I guess we can drive over here. Yeah, it looks like there is a road. Interesting. What does it say where this leads? Let's see. Durango. Ah. Nice. Alright, let's try. Maybe I can drive somewhat. Clear. Reset navigation. We're on our own. That ain't no sim. Welcome to my life. Couch simulator. I prefer couch potato simulator or couch ice cream simulator. Oh my goodness, now I want some snacks. It's been a week since I've had ice cream. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful cliffs there on the left. Pizza! We actually had pizza last week because of you guys. I blame you. We ended up ordering last Sunday. It was good. But I think we want more. This weekend we'll see if we get something. I am speeding. Ooh, nice. Not bad. Welcome to New Mexico. Did we see some sign, welcome to Colorado? Didn't see anything. I had it yesterday. Week-old pizza. Why not? Ah, Cecil's trailer is back. Nice. I think that got us some problems before he had to remove it. But now he updated his trailers for 1.38. He was able to bring it back. And looks like we have some nice signals here. Wonder where we should go though. Durango seems to be that way, so let's go straight. Follow this one. Pizza, recliner, and beer. Sounds like a perfect combo. Looks like Colorado's pretty lush, huh? It's not as deserty as New Mexico or Arizona. Maybe it depends on the area. Ow! The heck was that? Invisible wall hype. How do you do that, call box? Yeah, looks like there is a wall here on the right side. Yeah, that's the wall. We're hitting it again? Yes, we did hit it again. I'm just checking if that's really the wall. Okay, looks like it's clear now. Home Depot? That's from the mod. That's from Grimes' mod, I think. get that out of the way so we can explore more. And here we have Durango. The rest area that was left over in the map should be somewhere. There, did we pass it? I guess that's the one. Yeah, this gas station hasn't been changed yet to its real life counterpart, so that must be a new prefab. Okay, let's follow the road and see how far we can get. Yeah, traffic lights here are working. Maybe these ones are from other states? I wonder if Colorado has its own. Yeah, that's what I would think too. Maybe they'll still be replacing it. These are New Mexico traffic lights. Nice, good catch. Interesting. Nice look there. The lamppost has the lamp itself and has some like CCTV cameras. I think this is the land of no return, guys. Oh my goodness, that looks so bad. I don't think this was intended to be driven on. See how blocky these roads are? Yeah, definitely. They're the only ones that are horizontal instead of vertical. Reminds me of the New Mexican traffic lights from Team Reforma. Those are very nice, very different from each other. Oh no, doesn't look good. Doing a U-turn here. It actually worked. Which lane should we be at anyway? The problem is, yeah, it was literal. Looks like the road. There we go. Oh, it's appeared again. Interesting. Magic. Amazing. Magic road. If you believe, it will manifest itself in front of you. Mind over matter. Why not? Interesting traffic light there, only a left turn. Quite different from the usual ones. Here we are, Durango proper. They actually even have signs now and everything. Incorporated 1881? Anything incorporated? Is this a company? Historic Durango. Interesting. Let's take a photo here. There's a famous Durango Railroad Museum. Oh, Scotsman might like that one. Clumsy Magic Road. I guess we won't be lucky enough to get the truck with us, but we can at least take a photo of that one. Let's see how far we can get. Railroad Museum in Truck E2. Shouldn't it be trainee then? It's there on the base SCS map, but it's hard to see. What now? What did I hit? Oh, there's a hump there. You see it? In the middle of the road near the pedestrian lane. It disappeared. One sec. There it is. You see it? It's like a block there. Sneaky. When you set G-Call box 1, you can see the matrix. Okay, looks good. Railroad Museum. Can you go inside? Would be nice, huh? Apparently there is this road I haven't been to before. Looks familiar though, might not be new. Okay. I think from here we can try to head east if we can. So maybe turn right here. And if it's turn right, then I actually could have done that on my own. I'm going to test something. If I remove the automatic adaptive mode, I'm wondering if we still get that same problem with the too high gear. Honk if you're happy. There you go. Let's see if we can find a highway somewhere. Yeah, I don't think there's a problem when you just use auto without the economy thing. Okay. Roads are starting to empty out. That's a bad sign. We'll see. Looks like we'll have to fly here, guys. Looks like there's no connect yet. There's no road to the left. I think we'll basically just go in circles here. No problem, Freddy. Thanks for hanging out, man, and yeah, hope you get some sleep soon. Catch you next time. Catch you in Discord in the meantime. Looking forward to more of those clumsy trucking pics. Model employee at that. Alright, I think we fly from here. Let me just find the suitable parking. I think this one should work. Nice looking industry. Organic. Is that a new company? Might be, huh? Alright. Let's go and position ourselves to fly again. Durango. That one is pretty well made. Why is that the logo? That doesn't look very healthy for the cars. Okay. Looks a bit strange. There is a road. Nah, not really. Yeah, I don't think it's as formed yet. Unless We try and go back here. Yeah, I think Idaho is in a better state. More closer to release maybe. Let's see if we can find something. I would like to get a look at that hidden road. That hidden road that has a sneak peek in the map. Where was it? Is it here? Yeah, actually. Quite significant progress in there. No wonder they're teasing it already. They could be a few months apart only. Ah, no wonder. Why am I headed the wrong way? Am I not? Ah, wait. Wait. Yeah, this is the right way. Isn't it? Okay, it looks like the map doesn't know my orientation there properly. So this one we have still. This is still an area we know. This should be New Mexico. Yeah, look at how deserty New Mexico is. Looks a bit plain now, huh? Compared to what we've seen so far. And I'm not sure if that's just limitation on what is there in New Mexico. Maybe it's just fully desert. But yeah, Idaho does look a lot more lively. Let me have a look at that sign. Okay, that's not nothing new. Raton. So we go straight. We eventually get some, starting to get lush here. Some greenery and bushes. Even the mountains are starting to get filled with grass. And we have, okay, now I don't think we have this area mapped out well yet. Barely anything here. This is the one that was appearing in the map. But I don't think they've filled it out yet. Still filled with a void. Looks like Voltison lives though. Voltison motors seem to be thriving. But yeah, unfortunately I don't think it's as complete yet. I think the most we can get is Durango. Let me just fly over here and see if we maybe chance upon anything. Might need my vertical clearance. Man, I'm looking forward to driving through these areas soon. Oh, it would be nice to fly here, huh? Bridge shot? Is this existing area? Let me see. Oh, this is existing area. Got too excited. That looks great. Goodness, we should take a photo there. That looks something you would see in X-Plane. Too many bridges. Okay, that one is surely Colorado Mountain. Ban. No such thing as too many bridges. Exactly. Here we're starting to see some roads again. I think this is where we ended last time. And here is the road we are familiar with again. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. Let's see. Yeah, that one's ending. That one's ending. I do like what I'm seeing so far though. Very varied scenery. Look at how green that is. Beautiful. Like it. And yeah, the roads are very dynamic. You know, it's just not a flat straight road. Level changes, bends here and there. Couple of different details. railings, different vehicles parked on the side of the street, different lines like that, single and double lanes. Nice. I like it. And this one, look at how beautiful that looks. Even if it's like plain, just mixing all those together, those different textures, that makes it so real. Love it. Alright, now I'm really excited. Goodness, can't wait. Please give us Idaho. How about there? Can you drive through there? Snow runner hype. King of the hill. Bit of I-70. Where is I-70? I like this road right here. Bendy bits. Saul Goodman's car right there. Lots of different advertisements. Goodyear. I think these are from the real company's mod. What the heck is that? Oh, there's a UFO. Hey Juke, glad you made it. This city, have we been here before? I don't think so. Huh. It's not in the map. So I guess this is also developed. I'm not seeing many signs yet here though. Let's have a look. Is that a sign or an ad? It's an ad. Oh, now I'm hungry. We have Popeyes here. You should have that for lunch. Try and convince Mrs. Clumsy. I get swayed very easily by ads. Quite a bit done here too. Nice. That doesn't look very friendly. Looks like a Fallout gas station. Above Moab. Here. The end of US 191. So here, if you follow the road over here maybe. Oh look. Is this where we were? Oh yeah, this is where we were. Above Moab, Utah. So over here is it? I have to look at the map because I don't know where that is. Ah, there it is. Okay. Ah, yeah, because the map only tracks where the truck is, but not where our current camera is. Alright, so we're back in Utah. Let's go trace all the way to Moab here. And then above. So here. That one doesn't look like an interstate to me, so probably not. Let's continue through the main road. $191. There it is, there it is. Did we really pass it? Rest area here. Still 191. I have no idea. Let's have a look at, maybe there are signs. Gas, food, Crescent Junction. I would have expected this. This is the one. Ah, there, you're right, indeed. I-70 East. Perfect. Thank you. Now this is a very different landscape. Lot more like Utah, huh? Cliffy and deserty. Indeed. Quite a bit has been done already in this place. Even have birds flying over there. Interesting. Spoilers. Ah, interesting. Let's take a shot there. Oh, still way stations. Not my favorite. Looks like there's also a farm here. There's Jack. And that's the end. Ah, oh, teaser. That's nice. I like the other one, other area much better. The one near the Durango area. This one is a bit more, how do you say, barren, I think is the word I'm looking for. But if that's how it is, then that's how it is. Welcome to Utah. 4,760 feet. Wow. Up here, huh? Nice. Good find. Thanks for the tip. Alright, actually that's perfect timing because we are right on schedule there. Let's call it a stream, guys. Very different than the usual ones we have. Done a lot more flying than I normally do, but it's nice to get these sneak peeks, good teasers, and hopefully we don't have to wait as long. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. Utah has some very nice cliffs here in Moab. No wonder Eblem likes Utah so much. He got so many cliffs from here for use in his maps. Alright, let us leave it there. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for all the inputs. I look forward to hanging out more with you in Discord. I'll catch you guys next week, next Wednesday, for some more Satisfactory, most probably. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Alex, for the tips. Have a great weekend, guys. Thank you. And yeah, see you in Discord. More stories there. Thanks and bye-bye. Have a good one. Catch you guys there soon.